Going to do a little S box in this section of the cemetery. See if we pick up anything. Send a lot of love and respect to the people who are interned here. If anybody's around that would like to say something, please do so. If you'd like to say hello. You could say that. Where is it? Well, I don't know. Where are you? Welcome. Thank you.
Welcome.
It's the second welcome. We've got some old headstones here. Can you tell us your name? Afternoon.
Can you tell me where the Lamertons are buried?
It's morning.
Down the end? Go down the end? Tell me where the Lamertons are?
If there's anyone here who'd like to come forward and tell us your name, please do so. Probably the other side. What's the other side? Oh, you're right. I heard probably the other side, and there's a whole heap of names on this side.
Do you know who I am? Have we met before? When I was little? You missed me. Do you remember Brian? Used to work here?
That's a bit scattered. See, I'd turn that off for a bit because it's a bit scattered. Alright, so we're looking for some graves.
Moving closer. I haven't been down here for a while. It's a big one.
Okay. So we're looking for some particular graves here that belong to some family members of Heather. Sacred to John the Peon. That's rather different, these ones. There's a trio of them. So it's a rather large cemetery, this one. Some awesome headstones, as you can see. Oh yeah, the one with the angel on top. We'll have a look at that shortly. So Heather's seeming to think that the graves that she's looking for are down this end somewhere, so I'll have a bit of a search around. I got a K2 with me as well, so got a bit of flashing. Got a lot of flashing on the K2 actually.
Yeah, this is them. George and Emma Lamerton. To the memory of their beloved children, Emma, George, James, Robert, Beatrice, Walter, William, George died April 8, 1900, Matilda, 1869, Eleanor, and maybe mother.
There you go.
So this is the other side of the family. So you've got the Chifleys on one side, and this is my great-grandmother's.
So this is the other side of the family.
So my great-grandfather was Richard Alexander Chifley, which was Ben Chifley's brother. He married Molly, and Molly was a Lamington. I used to call them Lamingtons because I couldn't say it when I was a kid. And Molly's family, when the parents died, the kids were split between the two sides of the family. One side of the family was Catholic and the other side was Church of England. So Molly went to the Catholic side and Emma went to the Church of England side. And it's the Lamington side of the family that my middle name comes from, Burdett, which is why my grandmother was known as Birdie because she was a Burdett. So I'm Heather Burdett. My grandmother was Mary Burdett. Diddy was Emma Burdett, and my daughter is Carla Burdett. So this is them here.
I've just noticed that the K2 has stopped flashing.
Hi.
Oh, there's a little flash.
Emma, are you here?
Do we have any family members of Heather here?
Emma, George.
Can you
James.
flash the lights for us?
See, this might have been the Emma Bird. The original Emma was she died at sea as an infant. And then there was Diddy.
Oh, there you go.
They
So
told me they were down here. I just couldn't remember where.
you found the other side of the family grave.
Yeah.
Graves, should say. Graves.
There's a few of them. Molly's up on the other
Oh,
side.
check the white ones over there.
Yeah. Check this dude out over here too. Guy with the...
Yeah, we will. I'll just have a wander around. These ones are very white.
Yes.
Julia Gertrude, daughter of the Honourable James Stewart of Stewart Castle Parish in Jamaica. Born 1800, died 1872. Also Ellen Jane Marion Steele. And very nice graves, these ones.
Rockley is a town outside of Bathurst. It's known for a pub and not much else.
Okay,
So Rockley is another little
so
village.
died in Rockley.
Yeah, it's like another little village.
And this is Isabella Blanche Steele, younger daughter of Watson Augustus and Ellen Jane Marion Steele, born at Rockley and died at Beecroft in New South Wales.
So this is Mum. So we've just traced Mum's side of the family, Dad's side of the family. I think Nana's right over the other side.
And this is Captain Watson Augustus Steele of the HM of Her Majesty's 89th Regiment, the original grantee of Rockley.
Born at Bathurst.
Right, born at Bathurst and died at Wafurunga. Warunga. Okay,
That's down.
Cool.
That's part of Sydney.
so he was a captain of some sorts. Might have to have a look at him on the internet and find out who he was. They're quite substantial, these ones, so certainly interesting to find out who this Captain Watson Augustus Steele was.
So Dad's side of the family is right over the other side. So No,
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because Ben Chifley and
it's got the biggest.
Birdie,
Yeah.
which we just saw before,
They're up the back.
they're right up the top end, and the other side of Heather's family is down the bottom end down here.
Well, this is
So,
this is the original. That wasn't there. So these
do you think there was a rift in the family?
No,
No.
not at all. No.
Just happened like that?
Well, these were the original. This is like the pioneer section of the cemetery.
Okay, so
these
this
are
is
the
the
real-
pioneering.
Yeah, this is the really
End.
old part of the
Cool.
cemetery. Up there is the newer part,
Yep.
and Dad's side of the family, because they were Church of England. This is like a Catholic section.
Okay,
Catholic section, Church of England sections right up the other side.
right.
Originally, and then they reorganised all of the sections, so now you don't know where anyone is.
So now it's confusing.
Yeah, even
Got some pretty decent sized graves here.
even the crypts.
We're on the K2 again.
Hi.
So if there's anyone here, you can flash it while we're walking around. Much appreciated. Got some real beauty graves here. Can even call out your name into my phone if you like, to this camera, this device I'm holding in my hand.
The closest thing we got to crypts. is these. Yeah, the flash.
Right?
The flash.
Yeah, again, some flashing.
Hi.
Hello.
Do you remember me?
Like to come forward, please do so and just flash it again for us.
Pretty impressive.
Very impressive.
In loving memory of George Washington Rutherford, Phyllis Wallace Rutherford. The following are the sons and sons-in-law: Arthur Rutherford, Flying Officer John Rutherford, Brendan Hingley Rutherford, Wallace Edward Toby Rutherford, and Margaret Isabel Campbell Rutherford. This was one that I used to play around when I was a kid. I used to like this one. They put all the plaques on it though.
In this crypt here, we have quite a few people, all part of the Rutherford family.
I used to play around this when I was a kid. It wasn't the one that scared the crap out of me though, it's over there.
And that's quite a sizable thing. Because if you look at the extent of it
Right there next to it.
from here, yeah, you can see how tall it is.
Quite substantial.
Incredible. Okay, well the K2 hasn't been flashing
That wasn't
for a little bit.
It scared me.
If there's anyone here wants to come forward and put your energy to this little gadget I'm holding, flash your lights for us, much appreciated.
There's an interesting one down here if I remember right. It's been a few years since I've been down this one.
This is a huge cemetery, it really is. There's so much to see. You could spend a whole day just walking, reading all the headstones. Quite an incredible one. Can't hear.
Harold Howard was accidentally drowned on the 11th of November 1887, aged 2.
Aged 2.
William Henry Howard was accidentally drowned on the 30th of January 1897, aged 26 years.
Well, hey, well that's really interesting because we've got Harold, who was drowned at age 2 in 1887, and we've got William, who was drowned 10 years later in 1897, aged 26 years.
Fanny Howard, who was accidentally shot
Okay.
on the 27th of February 1919, aged 14 years. There is a... So, do you think something was going on? There's someone over here.
Okay, so got a 2-year-old that was drowned. 10 years later, 26-year-old, could be a brother, was drowned. And then we've got a lady who was shot.
Accidentally.
All of it accidentally.
Fanny there's another one on the other side.
You really got to wonder if it's accidentally or not. But this is a whopping big grave site, this one, so there's be a few family members.
Fanny, wife of Cardwell Howard, died
aged 82.
Yes.
So she was the only, and Fanny, she actually lived normally.
Yeah.
And didn't get shot or drowned.
No. It's got to make you wonder whether it was actually an accident.
Yeah. Fanny, you got a lot to answer for, I'm telling you. No name on this one. Oh, actually there is. It's on the side, but it's very worn out, so I'm not even going to attempt to read it. But it's a lovely design.
Memory of infantry.
To memory of Captain Edwin Curtis of the Bathurst Corps. Infantry, died in 1885, aged 45 years.
Target was a cool place to hang out.
Yeah,
I used to hang out here as a kid.
There's a lot of stories that you can read, some of these graves, and you certainly wonder how they lived and what their lives were like. Certainly a lot of interesting graves.
We've got Ernest Neal, February 9th, 1892, though through injuries received from a fall from a horse, aged 15.
And George accidentally killed on the railway.
Yeah, aged 9 months. Oh, George accidentally killed on the railway in 1886, aged 9 months. 9 months?
No, aged 1 year and 9 months.
Okay, 1 year and 9 months.
Right.
I told you Bathurst was a tough place.
Yeah, certainly a tough place to live.
Bathurst was the first inland city from Sydney. So we've got all sorts. And you got Herbert Lindell. Died at Carcourt, which is 1885.
This stone is erected by the cyclists
of
New South Wales.
Okay. Are you John?
Phone just stopped automatically. So this is a very, very old crypt, this one. Yeah.
Okay, can you stop? Are you John?
So this phone's been cutting in and out.
Are you Evelyn?
Are you Charlotte?
Are you Janet?
Are you William?
Are you... Stop for a minute so I can get it out. Stop. Stop. I've got to ask the question first.
This is crazy, K2 activity.
Yeah. Stop. Are you not on... Is your name not on the plaque at the front?
Do you belong to this crypt?
No. This was the one that Dad always...
Are you just...
Are you stuck? Are you stuck in the crypt? Did you go in and go to sleep and they sealed it off? Ah, there you go.
Because it's really strange, because when I put my hand on it, the first impression was that there was somebody buried alive in this crypt.
So did you go in to have a sleep and you got stuck?
Were you buried alive in this crypt?
That was before Brian was here. Before Brian, yeah. Way before Brian.
So you knew Brian, Heather's dad.
Yeah, that's the shed, isn't it? That's where they
Yeah.
had cups of tea.
Just gone mad.
Yeah, that's where they had cups of tea. But he didn't trap you in there. Stop. He didn't trap you in there. No, it was before, long before. Was it in 1947? What's the last year you remember? 1940s? Light it up when I get close. 1940s? 1950s?
1960s.
1930s?
1920s.
You feel that pull? Do you want me to stand over here?
Do you remember the 1970s?
Brian was here in the 80s. It's got a shine.
Do you remember the 1930s? Because this crypt starts in the 1930s and it goes through to the 1970s. I think. No, 1960s.
It did have a metal door on the back. I just walked around the back and they've actually cemented the door in.
Yeah.
So,
There you go. Well, thank you for talking to us.
do you need help? Do you want me to cross you over? Do you want to go find the angels?
Okay, thanks for letting us know you were here.
You want to find the angels? Do you mind if I do a quick?
Okay, thank you for talking to us. So this is the back of the crypt. How strange. And I walked up to it, put my hand on it. I could actually literally hear breathing, and I could feel an energy that was of something that was alive. So my first thought was somebody was buried alive in here, or trapped in here alive. Very, very odd. Very odd. Now, there was a doorway to this at one stage, but there is no doorway now by the looks of it. You just go with what you feel. And they're still talking to the spirit there for a little bit. But yeah, it's a awesome cemetery. It's got some strange areas, and we hope you've enjoyed a little bit of a look around here. Cheers for now.
Uncle Ben and Auntie Liz.
That'll blow over. You're better off just laying it. Or lay it this way. Lay it with the flowers towards this way. Yeah, that'll do. Well, don't put it in front of the name. Sorry.
Uncle Ben and Auntie Liz.
Turn it around.
I don't want to put my foot up there.
That's a bit better.
Let's stick in their hair as a hanging man.
Well, you could if you want to. You want to?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't know where this is.
That's okay.
Sorry, Uncle Ben, I'm not
We'll
very
put it there.
very coordinated.
Sorry, Prime Minister. We might put around a bit.
Sorry, Uncle Ben, I'm not very coordinated. I'm the
Yeah, do you want me to
uncoordinated.
do it?
That's right.
Got it?
I'm the uncoordinated
Okay.
great niece. It's in there. It's in
Well, okay.
there. It's in there.
We're happy with that.
The price off.
Take the tag off because we don't want to show we're a cheapskate.
I think Uncle Ben already knows that.
We're not rich.
Nah, I'm the
We
uncoordinated.
certainly can't afford one like this.
I'm the uncoordinated great niece.
And then again, we're not Prime Minister worth like you were.
What's he got written on it? It's got a quote. If an idea is worth fighting for, no matter the penalty, fight for. No matter the penalty, fight for. The right and the truth and the justice will prevail.
There you go.
JBC, the 10th of the 6th, 1951.
51.
Yeah.
1951.
Joseph Benedict Chifley, MHRPC, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of New South Uncle Ben, Commonwealth of Australia, July 1945 to December 1949, beloved husband of Elizabeth, died the 13th of the 6th, 1951, aged 65 years. There's something in Latin.
Yeah.
My Latin's not good.
There you go.
Erected by the Federal Executive of the ALP and the ACTU on behalf of the Labour Movement of Australia.
There you go.
And this is the first time I've actually been up here. Because Mama used to tell me there was no point. So there you go.
Prime Minister Ben Chifley's grave.